As a woman of colour, I know it can be much harder for us to get any type of leadership position, but with hard work and determination, it is possible. I did it.
English is my mother tongue, but when I grew up in France, I failed an oral entrance exam to get into an English-speaking school. Was it because of my brown skin? Or was it because I was too shy to speak up? My mother didn't give up on me though, and she stood up against the biases I was facing. Many years later, I proved them wrong when I became an English teacher and taught English to many young people in Glasgow. I completed my master's researching anti-racist education. I was granted a US scholarship to research racial dialogue. I co-founded an anti-racist website and podcast called The Anti-Racist Educator. I speak for racial justice at many conferences, and I am now leading a national anti-racist professional learning program in Scotland called Building Racial Literacy.
I am Muslim, I am of Pakistani heritage, and I am British. I love my faith, I love my family and friends, and I love my life. When I left school, I had very little qualifications, and I worked in a factory as a machinist for a very long time. Then I started looking at the people around me and decided I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something else. I went to college, to university, and got a degree.
As a young girl, I often experienced racial and sexist prejudices. It was as if my life choices were predetermined by others, being told that I did not need to embark into further education and that my place is at home. Despite the odds against me, I used the most powerful tool a South Asian female can have, my voice.
At 18, I was pursuing a degree in music. At 21, I was a retail manager. At 24, I graduated with a degree in Spanish and English literature. And at 25, I moved to South Korea, where I taught English as a foreign language. At 27, I graduated as a primary teacher. And at 34, I am now an acting principal teacher in a primary school in Glasgow.
I'm a Welsh Muslim and a person of colour. I often face discrimination, but this just makes me stronger.
Who am I? I'm a BME woman who broke the cultural bias by taking a different career path to my family.
I am Sikh. I am BAME. I'm a single parent and I'm also a teacher. This is my journey. I was brought up in India by my grandparents and moved to London at a very young age. Despite speaking very little English, I adapted quickly to my environment. Inspirational teachers encouraged my learning. I worked as a checkout supervisor, a bank officer, and a community support worker with adults with learning difficulties. However, my dream was to work with young children, and I fulfilled my potential by becoming a primary school teacher. That's the best decision I made.
The prejudices and discriminations against me fueled me to break this bias and be who I wanted to be and not what others expected me to be. I went to university, studied hard and gained an honours degree in sociology. However, I did not stop here and I went on to study for my PGDE in teaching.
I come from a very traditional family background, where the boys were actively encouraged to go into the family business. One day I was told by my father, despite my capabilities, he would never let me take over the reign of the family business due to the fact that I was a woman. As a result, I branched out on my own and achieved and set up my own business. Eventually, I went into teaching after having successfully ran a business for some time.
And I remember when I suggested that if I could go to university, I was told that girls could not really or should not really be breadwinners. At that time, I took that advice and lost a good few years of my life. And when I was at my lowest, I remembered that dream of going to university. I remembered my dream, and I realised that I need to go for it. And no one is going to fight for me except me.
Being a woman and being from an Indian background, I often come across microaggressions. Many times people have said to me, "Oh, I bet you're good at making a curry," or "Could you give me a good recipe?" And they're right, I am quite good at cooking curry, and probably because my dad was a chef and also owned a catering company. But I'd say I'm probably good at Mexican and Italian food. So yes, I'm good at certain things, but I don't want to be identified for only those things. I want more than that.
Extend the wings of trust. Know why you fly high, your free soul and dust. That's what you must. Amruba, the most important thing one woman can do to another is to expand her sense of actual possibilities. This is what they said, and this is what I believe in. There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. I believe in the power of a word, and I address the word through poems.
As a woman of colour, I know that it can take us longer to achieve a leadership role. But with a positive attitude and being resilient, we can achieve this. I have.
I balanced a full-time study at university along with a job, and I did it successfully. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes people within a community can hold you back, or even sometimes people closest to you can hold you back. But if you have a dream, or you have a vision and you want to further your career, you want to further your profession, you should go for it.
The prejudices and discriminations did not stop at home, as I faced many challenges in society as a woman who proudly wore a hijab. I broke down these stereotypes by embracing my identity and self-empowered myself to challenge the stereotype.
Who am I? I started my professional journey as an undergraduate in marketing with a career in retail banking, so I'm a banking professional. From there, I set up my own catering business as a sole trader based from home, so I'm also an entrepreneur. I then went back to college after 14 years away from education, and so now I'm also a specialist in early years education. But I wasn't satisfied because I wanted to continue to grow and invest in myself, so I pushed further to join teaching.
My journey into teaching wasn't an ordinary one, but I was raised by a working class East End family who taught me to treat everyone with compassion and to always put myself in the other person's shoes. So I do believe that teaching was a natural path for me to follow.
When I was a child, I often used to say to my mum not to talk Punjabi to me in front of my friends. The reason why I felt this way was because I was in a predominantly white school and having another language wasn't valued. But as I got older, I was actually very proud of being bilingual. And it was these skills that actually helped me secure a permanent teaching post in the south side of Glasgow as a bilingual support teacher. So being bilingual is actually an asset.
Cześć. Who am I? I am a Polish speaker and a teacher. I am a woman, I am a mum, a sister, a daughter, a friend, a colleague. Break the bias for International Women's Day. My message is embrace your accent. It's a sign of you being able to speak more than one language, so be proud of it.
You can be whatever you want to be. I am Merban Kaur. I'm a mother, a wife, a daughter-in-law, and I can proudly say I am a teacher.
I get great satisfaction seeing the positive difference I make on children's lives. I am bilingual. I teach French and Italian throughout the school. My hard work was recognised when children enjoyed the success of winning local and national competitions.
When I first came into teaching, I remember going into meetings and people speaking to me as if I could not speak English. This made me even more proud of my identity and that I was bilingual.
So I became a teacher. In my 15 years of teaching, I've had the chance to complete a Master's in Early Years, and I've also did various roles from secondments to a principal teacher position and also an acting deputy head position.
I am a liberated woman, a Muslim, a Scottish Pakistani, a daughter, sister, aunt, and most importantly, a principal teacher.
I'm inspired by women who choose to fight to secure their security and success in their lives. I published a book, another one is coming. I'm a mom, a poet, and a teacher. Break the bias.
Today, I am the chair of Al-Mizan. Today, I am also a teacher. And you can be whatever you want to be. Break the bias.
You can do it. Break the bias.
Who am I? I'm Nuzar. I'm a mum, a daughter, a wife, a friend, a mentor, and an activist. Remember, we will always face barriers in our way, but we can always invest in growing ourselves. We can help build our networks together, and we can help each other to thrive. Who am I? I'm a teacher, but I'm so proud to be lots of other things as well. Let's work together and break the bias.
I am a woman, I am a wife, I am a daughter, I am a mother, and I am also a teacher. Break the bias.
In my 11 years of teaching, I have qualified as a nurture teacher, and now I am a primary teacher who now is going on to complete her Masters in Educational Leadership. Who am I? I'm a mum, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm an aunt, and I'm a teacher. Be who you want to be. Break the bias.
Like the inspirational teachers who taught me, I continue to inspire and empower children to reach their potential and fulfill their dreams. This is what makes teaching worthwhile. What's your dream? Break the bias.
Who am I? I am someone who controls their own destiny and makes their own life choices. So, let us join forces together to stop the bias.
Who am I? I'm a daughter, a sister, a single mother, and also I'm a successful and independent woman. I'm also a teacher. Be who you want to be. I did. Break the bias.
To all the girls and women listening to this today, rise through self-preservation, resilience, passion, believe, and channel the strong voice that is deep within you and conquer. Break the bias.
Who am I? I am an introvert. I am a vegan. I am a woman of colour. I'm a lead specialist in race equality, and I am a teacher. Break the bias.